An above-average hurricane season is in the cards for St. Lucia. That's according to Director of the Met Services, Andre Jouai. News of the unusual formation of a cyclone off the Florida coast in mid-May is garnering a lot of attention, especially from the National Hurricane Center. The director says St. Lucia is not in the crosshairs of that developing system, but could this be a sign of things to come?
As of 8 a.m. this morning, possible cyclone formation was observed. There's an area of cloudiness and thunderstorms located to the south of the U.S., close to Florida. It's located in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's expected over the next 2 days to move northeast of that position towards the Bahamas. So there's a 40% chance of development and a 70% chance of formation over the next 5 days. So sometime over the weekend or into the next week, we are expecting the first named storm for 2020.
The system is expected to move northeastwards towards the open Atlantic. The Atlantic hurricane season officially begins in June and ends in November. Jouai says predictions point to an active season. Renowned institution, the Colorado State University, predicts a total of 16 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes, compared to the normal 12 storms, 6 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes.
Most likely, those predictions will be increased because normally, if you have an initial prediction for the beginning of the year, as it gets closer to the hurricane season, the numbers are usually increased. So we're bracing for an above normal season. Some of the indicators is the warm sea surface temperatures, and that is enhancing the formation of hurricanes.
Currently, the island is in the midst of a bone-dry spell, with the month of April recording only 14.3 millimeters of rainfall, way below the historical figures of 71.3 millimeters during this time of the year. Jouai says these dry conditions are expected to continue throughout the year, despite the projected above-average hurricane season.
We're moving from one extreme to the other. So even though we would have more tropical storms, it doesn't mean that we'll have more rainfall, because the storm would give you rainfall for one particular period, and it will not give you an extended period. So you might have, for the month of July, you'd have a storm affecting us, and it would give you rainfall between 1 or 2 days. But the rest of the month would not have continuous rainfall.
Jouai says heavy rainfall associated with these extreme weather events can trigger flash flooding and mudslides. He likens the expected conditions to the intense 2009 drought that preceded the heavy rainfall events of the summer of 2010 that culminated with the landfall of Hurricane Thomas in October of that year, which cost hundreds of millions of dollars in damages. He reveals a flood and drought committee meeting was held with key stakeholders who were apprised of the situation and are looking to formulate a strategy to manage the situation. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.